In this section 5.3, I decided not to teach factoring this year to you, so we're just going to do one page. So this should not take long. I might do 4 examples for you. They want you to come up with a quadratic equation given the answers. Remember, a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So how do you come up with an equation that looks like this, given the two solutions? So you're going to just kind of work backwards. If a -8 is an answer, you're going to make 2 sets of parentheses. You're going to put an x and an x down, okay? So on all the problems, you're going to put an x and an x down. If a -8 is an answer, you're going to put +8. If a +3 is an answer, you're going to put a -3. So you're going to do the opposite sign. And then you're going to multiply these two together, but the way I want you to multiply them is using a box to help you multiply these together. So I want you to make a box, and I want you to put an x and a +8 and an x and a -3, and I'll wait for you to do this. And if you're confused on what we're doing, you'll catch on, because I'm going to end up doing 4 of these types of problems for you, and this is all we're going to be doing for homework for 5.3. Once you make your box and you put the +x and a +8 on one of them and a +x and a -3 up above, all you're going to do is multiply and fill in the box. So x times x is x to the second. It's not 2x. X times x is x squared. X times a -3 is a -3x. X times 8 is 8x. And 8 times a -3 is a -24. So in order to get these 4 boxes, all we did was multiply. Okay, what we have to do at the end is put like terms together, and these diagonals, the 8x and the -3x, can be combined. So my final answer in decreasing order is x squared. 8x take away 3x is 5x. The two diagonals make 5x. Take away 24, and then I like to put equals 0 at the end. Does this look very similar to ax squared plus bx plus c? X squared, the bx, and the c equals 0. So we're going to do a couple more, and this is all we're doing today. We'll do this one, and then we'll do another one down below. So if 5 is an answer and 4 is an answer, all you're going to do is put 2 sets of parentheses down for your homework. You're going to put an x down and you're going to put an x down. If 5 is an answer, you're going to put a -5, and a +4 is an answer, so you're going to put a -4. Okay, now what I want you to do is make yourself a box chart, and maybe on your homework it'll already have one. I'll have to look to see at my worksheets. You're going to put an x and a -5. You could put that horizontally or vertically, it doesn't matter. And then another x and a -4. So it looks just like with some parentheses. And now you're going to multiply. Remember that x times x equals x squared. X times a -4 is a -4x. X times a -5 is a -5x. And the last box is a -4 times a -5, which is a +20. Remember, and I'd like you to circle the diagonals. Those two diagonals are similar terms, and they can be put together. The final answer is x squared. A -5x and a -4x makes a -9x plus 20 equals 0. Okay, let's do 2 more, and I think we are done with homework. So let's do 0 and a -3, and let's do 2 and a -6. Let's make them both let's make it positive. Okay, so what happens if it's a 0? There isn't much. Again, the same thing. You're going to put an x here and an x here. You can either do a +0 or a -0. I don't think that's going to make a difference. The opposite of a -3 is a +3. You're going to make yourself a box. You can put the x and the 0 on here, and the x and the +3 down there. And now you're just multiplying again. X times x is not 2x. X times x is x squared. 0 times anything is 0, so you don't even have to put anything there, because 0 times anything is 0. 3 times x is 3x, and 0 times 3 is 0. 0 times anything, remember, is 0. So the only thing you have for this one is x squared plus 3x, and you should set it equal to 0. So if you get a 0 one, that's all you do. Okay, last one. Maybe you want to shut the video off and see if you can do 2 and a negative 6 on your own without me showing you how to do it. So you might want to shut it off and then turn it back on to see if you did it right. If it's a positive 2, you know you need 2 x's. If it's a positive 2, it's a negative 2. If it's a negative 6, it's going to be a positive 6. Okay, once you fill that in, you're going to make a box. And it doesn't matter where you put them. I'm going to put the x and the negative 2 here, and I'm going to put the other x and the positive 6 here. And now I'm going to just multiply. X squared, negative 2x, positive 6x, negative 12. I'm going to put my diagonals together. X squared, 6x take away 2x is 4x, minus 12 equals 0. So that's all you're doing in this section.